This is a barbecue roasted tofu Nourish bowl.
Barbecue.
With kale, quinoa, roasted beets, and a turmeric maple Dijon vinaigrette. This bowl is high in protein, high in fiber, and it's a good source of dietary nitrates to help with things like lowering blood pressure. I mean, what more could you ask for? It's a great meal prep option, and it's perfect for any time of the year. Quick word of caution, you might end up liking this so much that you'll want to make it over and over and over again. But that's all good because, I mean, it's good and it's good for you. So let me show you how to make it. So for this recipe, we're going to be using 2 blocks of super firm tofu because it's the highest in protein. We also have our fresh beets, our kale, and our quinoa. The first thing we're going to do is prep 1 cup of quinoa according to the package instructions. I'm not going to show this because there's really no reason to. It's not rocket science. And so while that's cooking, I'm going to chop all of our beets. Now, the great thing about this recipe is that you can use any of these ingredients in other meals throughout the week if you want. You don't have to limit it just to this recipe. This is called a block meal prep. And as you can see, we have our nice vibrant red beets. I'm then going to place these onto a baking tray and drizzle them with some olive oil and season them lightly with a little bit of salt and pepper, getting it all mixed around. And then this is going to go into the oven to bake at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for about 25 to 30 minutes or until slightly soft. Next, we're going to prep our tofu. As you can see, I'm breaking the tofu apart by hand. This is actually going to help the cornstarch stick to it a little better, which is going to make it crispier. So break it into whatever size pieces that you would like. I'm then going to add some liquid aminos or soy sauce just to give it a bit of a natural flavoring. After this, I'm going to add some olive oil. I'm using a spray olive oil here, but you can use regular liquid olive oil. Just about 2 tablespoons should do. And then we'll add about 4.5 tablespoons of cornstarch and a couple seasonings, including garlic powder and some black pepper. I'm then going to place the lid onto the bowl and give this a nice shake to get all of the cornstarch and the seasonings nice and incorporated. And now I'm going to place this onto a baking sheet and pretty much do the same thing as I did with the beets. We're going to place this into the oven to bake for about 30 to 35 minutes or until browned and slightly crispy. And so while those are baking, we're going to make our vinaigrette, starting off with some olive oil as well as apple cider vinegar and a couple tablespoons of Dijon mustard. Then going to add 4 tablespoons of maple syrup. You can add more or less based on the amount of sweetness that you like. I'm also adding a couple cloves of minced garlic, half teaspoon of turmeric powder, and a good generous shake of black pepper. I'm then going to give this a nice shake to get all of the ingredients incorporated and to allow the dressing to emulsify. And as you can see, I'm adding those other 2 tablespoons of the maple syrup to make that 4. Once that's done, I'm giving it a taste test and it's spot on. So once that's done, now our beets are ready, as well as our tofu. As you can see, the tofu has a nice little crisp on it, and it is perfect. We're now going to coat our tofu in the barbecue sauce. Use whichever barbecue sauce you'd like. We're going with our classic Stubbs barbecue sauce. It is one of my favorites to use. And I'm going to give this a shake. Doing a lot of shaking for this recipe, as you can see. Oh yeah, look at that. That is some good looking barbecue tofu right there. All right, now it's time for the best part, which is building our plate. So we're going to start off with our base of the kale. And before putting everything else on, I'm going to massage the kale and a little bit of the dressing. Do not skip this step, folks. This is very important because it helps to soften the kale so that you don't feel like you're eating cardboard. And then a couple optional ingredients I'm going to add include some red onions. And I, of course, had to add some toasted pumpkin seeds. And then we have our roasted red beets. And then, of course, the star of the show, the barbecue tofu. Man, my mouth is already watering. And this meal would not be complete without a fresh half of an avocado and some everything bagel seasoning. Always love adding this. And then I'm going to top it off with some extra drizzles of that turmeric maple Dijon vinaigrette. And y'all, this looks incredible. Very high in protein and fiber, and just a good looking meal overall. I mean, it looks so good, I almost don't even want to eat it. I kind of want to just look at it, but that wouldn't do me any good, would it? Now the best part is getting to chow down. I had to get my first taste in of everything, and as always, the expression says it all. And just to give you all a closer look at how meaty the tofu looks, I mean, man, I could make this bowl probably every month. It is just that good, folks. Let me know what you all think in the comments below. And in the meantime, if you want to check out some other high protein recipes just like this one, then click on this video that you see here in the top right. Stay young, stay healthy, and live well, friends. Peace.